Hi, it's Jesse here, and I'm just making another video to put out into the world on YouTube. At this moment, I have 3 subscribers. But really, it's just part of me to talk, and maybe somebody somewhere out there will find some help in it. So today, I thought I would talk about something more specific to me being bigender than for many other people, or at least something that's talked about as much, and that is gender dysphoria. Now, the classic easy definition of gender dysphoria is somebody feels like they're born in the body of the wrong sex. A man feels like he's a woman inside of a man's body, vice versa. That's the classic idea. And it's not totally inaccurate. There's quite a few people where that is exactly the case. Nature made a mistake. And for those people, gender dysphoria can be pretty easy to figure out. Growing up, right, they're attracted to being the opposite sex, the activities with that. They're really disturbed when they hit puberty, and their secondary sexual characteristics, breast, chest hair, those facial hair, those things don't come the way that they would like. And of course, there's also when they hate, right, their body, their genitalia, and everything else associated with it. And gender dysphoria can lead to many things and problems: self-hatred, depression, severe depression, suicidal thoughts, suicide, substance abuse. It is a very serious issue because it is mental health. And we as a society, while we are not fantastic at dealing with trans people, we might actually be worse at dealing with depression, sadly enough, which is a problem because a lot more people are depressed than there are trans people, but a lot of trans people are depressed. So the classic fix for this is get a sex change. That's the old term. Now it's gender affirming surgery. And that is fantastic if that's the way you want to go. If I were feeling like I am a woman trapped in a man's body, which I am, but I also like being a man. If I didn't like being a man, I don't hate my male characteristics. I just enjoy also being a woman. If I didn't like also being a man, hey, bottom surgery might be a fantastic option for me, but it's not. So those of us in the middle of the gender spectrum, I say spectrum because gender isn't really a spectrum. It's actually much more of a 3-dimensional scatter plot, and that's an entirely different video. But those of us that aren't in the cis or the totally trans section, those of us in the middle that fluctuate a bit, it can be quite challenging to figure out what gender dysphoria is for us. Because you can go through these checklists and it's like, oh, you want this, this, this. Oh, like me. I liked wearing women's clothing growing up, always have. I've always enjoyed the feminine. I totally have always wanted breasts, without a doubt, 100%. And I was sort of depressed when they didn't come in when I hit puberty. I had dreams about them when I was in puberty. But at the same time, I'm not ready to go and get rid of my masculinity. I like wearing women's clothes. I also like wearing a suit. I look great in a suit. And so I'm in this middle zone. That's why I'm bigender. I'm either or. I'm either a man or a woman. I'm never in the middle. That's why I'm not gender fluid or anything like that. I am him, her. And I'm a lot happier because of it. I've lost a lot of weight since that point. So, I never thought I had bad gender dysphoria. And in the fall, I was going to go see a counselor. Not about this, but about the high amount of stress in my life. I was on the edge of nervous breakdown with work. There was a whole bunch of other stuff going on. So I went to this counselor, and then we were talking, and it was the end of the second session. Because cross-dressing had come up a couple times. And I said, hey, next session, I was really nervous. Can I come dressed as a woman? Because I've been wanting to go out. I haven't been out in a long time. And she's like, yes, that'd be great. I was trying to figure out how to invite you to do that. Wasn't sure how to bring the subject up. And she's not a gender therapist. So, great. Fantastic. I was excited. I went home and I went into my closet and I set up a camera with a tripod. And I'm trying on different clothes. And I was really overweight. I'm still overweight, but I've lost quite 20 pounds since that point. And nothing quite looked right. I'm looking at the pictures and I'm like, I know what the problem is. It's my beard. I'd had facial hair for about 15 years and shaved it a couple times. And I know a lot of people go, oh man, right, you're growing the beard so that you're making yourself feel more masculine to cover over the guilt of the feminine urges or something like that. And the honest answer is no, I liked having a beard. I always wanted to have a beard. About as much as I wanted to have breasts, to be honest. I looked good with a beard. It's a nice stroke of beard. You don't have to shave every day with a beard. Beards are great, and I stand by the fact that every male should grow a beard at some point in time. Give it a try. Might suit you. You might hate it. Give it a good try. It is definitely something that we're able to do and should do. And I went, all right, I'll just shave the beard. I can always grow the beard back. That's easy. Talked to the spouse because I have to clear the facial hair with her because she didn't like it when I shaved it before. And this time she went, okay, yeah, you can shave the beard. Great. Previous times I had to shave it. This time I wanted to. So I go out and I pick up some razor blades, and I don't mean like Mach 3s. I mean, I dug out my grandfather's safety razor, the Gillette, with one blade for less irritation. And I got a foam brush and the soap and a warm foam. It's so great for shaving. Only problem is it smells like it's super, super masculine. So I go, trim down the beard, shave the beard, put on the facial lotion, everything else, and wait a bit. And then I put on the makeup and the wig, and I look at myself in the mirror and I go, yes, that looks right. This feels right. Everything is back in line all of a sudden. I'm not conflicted. I'd done lots of things up to that point. I'm going to be honest. I haven't really worn men's underwear for a year and a half, maybe longer. I wear women's clothing all the time. I'll underdress and have bras on all the time. 2 years ago, I got my ears pierced. And then 2 weeks ago, I got them pierced again. And to be honest, nobody really notices when a man has pierced ears in today's world. But it was that moment, after I shaved the beard and I had everything done and I was looking pretty, that all made sense to me. It all came together, and I never really thought I had dysphoria until I shaved the beard and realized I severely, severely dysphoric about the beard, something I could have shaved at any time. And I didn't keep to hide away my feminine side. I would have low-cut shirts with lots of cleavage going with the beard, as ridiculous as it sounds. So that was the first part of my gender dysphoria. I mean, there's lots of other little things, but that's the big one. Beyond that, there's a few other things, such as my height. I'm about 6'3". I'm tall for a man. I'm very tall for a woman. Nothing I can do to fix that. I have broad shoulders. Nothing I can do to fix that. I just have to accept that. I'm overweight, which I am fixing. I'm working out all the time, watching what I'm eating, which is the most important part of it. And I'm down about 20 to 25 pounds over the last 3 months, which is amazing. My goal is to get down to having hips. So my pants sit on my hips, not under the belly. And yeah, so I'm working on that. The other thing that I'm thinking of doing is my voice. When I was doing some research, it turns out the province will cover bottom surgery, which holds no interest for me, or voice therapy. I might take them up on the voice therapy because that could be very interesting. Maybe if I can sound more feminine. I know that my voice is low. Even if I talk at a higher level, it still only hits androgynous. And I know there's lots of women with low voices. But maybe I can improve that. And then my hair. I've always had shorter hair. Last year I grew out a bit, and then I had to cut it. And then the wigs. Well, I can always change my wig, but I'm definitely growing my hair out. I can cut that off later. So the last thing that I have to be dysphoric about, that I actually care about, is my chest. As I said earlier, I have always wanted breasts. Always. My entire life I've wanted breasts. I've always been jealous of them. I love the way they look on women. I love the way they look on me. I love them. I want them. I've always wanted them. I've paid good money for silicone breasts that I can show off and look good wearing. So I've always wanted breasts. Now, how do you get breasts? Well, if you want good-looking breasts, what you have to do is you have to go to the doctor and you have to get some estrogen and some testosterone blockers and go on those for a year and a half, 2 years, so that your breasts develop to a point where they're breasts. There's a lot of other plus sides, apparently, such as your body hair thins out, your facial hair thins out, your muscle mass thins out so you look more feminine, your fat moves around your body so you look more feminine. I mean, there's a lot of plus sides to this. I mean, downsides are decreased libido and possible erectile dysfunction, which I'm not into that second part. I want that to stay and work. So, and then after you get them out, if they're not big enough, you go and get implants. The other option is just go get implants without the hormones. But if I'm going to go to all the work to get breasts, I want them to look good. And then the other reason is that it costs about $10,000 for breast implants. I don't have $10,000 laying around for that. There's a lot of other things I could do with $10,000, but I have always wanted them, so it might be worth it. I mean, I suppose if I get everybody to like, comment, and subscribe. Nah, I'm not going to be getting $10,000 off this video. I don't even know if I figured out how to turn on monetization yet. So, here's my problem with my gender dysphoria and my chest. Am I willing to give up some of the masculine to get more of the feminine? And I might be willing to do it, but I'm not sure yet. So, to summarize, do bigender people experience gender dysphoria? Yes. So if you're going online and you're like, oh man, am I this, am I that, am I this? And you find all these tests and skills and descriptions and you're like, I just do not want to be the opposite sex that much. I enjoy this. I enjoy being me, but I really enjoy being this other thing. Yeah, that's totally fine. We experience gender dysphoria. Maybe not quite as severely or not in the same ways, or we may not have that same internal drive that we need to go and fix it. But yes, we absolutely experience gender dysphoria. Mine was my beard. And now I'm just giving up and I am just going full into figuring out whatever dysphoria I have and fixing it. We'll see about the hormones. That is a much longer decision. But yeah, next up is another piercing up here on my helix, growing my hair out. And then I'm thinking of getting a tattoo down on my forearm with maybe the bigender symbol. And I have a really nice quote a friend sent me that goes along the lines of, by embodying femininity, you are woman. And she sent it to me just the right moment. And it crystallized. And yeah. So yes, I have gender dysphoria. No, I don't want to go all the way and become a woman. At least not all the way woman. Maybe I could live as one. But I'm definitely the man and the woman. But I've lived the first half of my life as a man. Maybe I could live the second half as a woman. Well, thank you very much for watching, if you watched all the way through to here. Comments. I do love comments. I'm probably not going to get enough views to be like, woo, rolling in the cash. But I do like comments. And if there's anything you'd like me to talk about, that'd be great too. So, Jesse signing off for the day. Thank you very much.